Welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
If you have questions or comments, we have multiple ways we can be reached. Twitter is, of course, the best way for those that need instant gratification, and the show's Twitter feed is at SKiMPod, SKiMPod.
Stays Crunchy.
For the more patient amongst you, the email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Crunchy again being spelled with a K.
Crunchy.
Hey, feel free to give us a call at 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311.
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
We're available by Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, anywhere fine podcasts are available. And of course, it's the website, stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share wherever possible, including on YouTube, where we can now be found at Stays Crunchy. And over on Twitch, we're still Stays Crunchy and Milk. Our personal Twitters are
Tatum216,
Lunchbox2099,
The Real ODP.
and I'm your host, the Internet's Tayrell713.
Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy.
Oh, goodness gracious. All right, I got a couple questions to ask y'all. One, we kind of discussed already, so you're at least kind of on the fence. You know I'm coming at you. But another one hit me today through some weird happenstance, and I'll get you there. One, do you think they're having like a potluck at orgies? And what is orgy appropriate food?
Well, I sent you the TikTok where the lady said. What I said right away is, I wouldn't eat. She said she wouldn't eat either, and she said like it ran the gambit of like a smorgasbord to what was it? She said she seen spaghetti before. Man, people be wilding
about people spiking the food.
Well, so I'm going. I would argue, or at least hope is how I'm going to word that.
It's a circle.
These people getting together are people who are trustworthy of one another enough to bone down. And I know it's probably some shady no goodness amongst them, but I would hope they'd all have a good faith in one another as people enough to be like, nah, man, we all know what we doing. We all fucking and let's play cool.
Does this question stem from an episode of The Boys?
No, literally, where I don't know where this initially popped up, and but I was like, I'm definitely asking this on the show. So here I am asking it on the show because I thought it was pretty. One, I thought it was pretty hilarious as an ideal, but also then as the week had gone through, and like I said, found a lady on TikTok discussing food at sex clubs and the like, and her experience at these spots.
I really punted. I should have texted my uncle.
Oh shit! Yeah, he do.
You can still got time.
He's old. He's probably in bed already.
Well, hey, if it ever pops in your mind and you think to reach out to him and you can get an answer, there you go, man. I don't know anybody. I don't know any people who go to. Who I think go to sex clubs, so I couldn't reach out to sources, so I figured out his ass. But okay, leaving that all to the side, just imagine you go to a sex club. What food would you want there?
Lemons. I'm not eating nothing.
Yes, Anthony, you've made it clear you're not eating nothing. Thank you. How about just imagine, nigga? Damn.
I think I'd want like cookout food. Like I want like hot dogs and potato salad.
Potato salad, you think?
Hey, potato salad lunch.
It's got onions in it. Your breath be all kind of wild.
Not all potato salad has onions in it.
Sometimes. But
fair.
That's not the thing. It has mayonnaise in it.
You don't want that just sitting out.
Yeah,
maybe an iced bowl. You know how they do that situation, Again, let's imagine these people are trying to be healthy and have done their due diligence with how they're placing their food. You ain't got to worry about it being spiked. You don't got to worry about motherfuckers jizzing over their head and landing in the potato salad.
Yeah, I'm not worried about jizz. I'm straight up and down worried about like the fact that like even the place with the best intentions, like potato salad is heavy in preparation. You got to boil the potatoes. You got to cut the potatoes. It's heavy in preparation. I'm looking for like a charcuterie board would be appropriate. Like, hey, you got some cheese. You got some.
I can't do it. Like
I understand you can't do it, but like it's simple preparation.
Again, I don't need y'all to think this hard about it. None of us are going to an orgy or a sex club to eat.
Not with that.
Imagine if you will, though, what food you'd like to have. What food you like to have when it's time to get down with the get down. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just gonna go, in my opinion, sexy foods, strawberries, a charcuterie board, like stuff that's like you could be playful with. So strawberries, grapes, orange slices, like
Go on. Tell me more.
or grapefruit slices. Like, you ever heard of being grapefruited or
I think this is where our visions on what like we want out of this differ. Where like you want it to be like a sexual experience, all
the way.
I want to be selfish. I want to eat what I want to eat. Then I want to lay on my back and have someone ride me. I don't want to have to work. I'm just here for me.
And I understand that, but so tell me what you would like to eat, and then I'll talk to you after.
I told you, hot dogs and potato salad.
Okay, so with that being said, like, hot dogs are mad burpy. Like, after you eat a hot dog, like, I don't know about you, but my kid, everybody I've ever known in my life,
On me, because that's what I ate for dinner an hour ago.
Okay. Hot dogs are because of the nitrates in them are mad burpy, mad gassy.
I got nitrate-free hot dogs.
Okay, well you at the orgy ask for.
And I'm not saying that be like, oh look, I got you covered. No, I literally the hot dogs I bought are nitrate-free. And the other day I bought American Wagyu hot dogs from Snake River Farms. I bought 60 hot dogs for $90. I am glizzied up the yin yang right now.
That's not where you want your glizzies going, my guy.
That's where I want them, safekeeping.
It's kind of like, I remember one time you were on a date, Dan, and you were like, you were talking to this person, like you were so engulfed in her and the conversation that you was like, you forgot to eat.
Yeah.
Do you remember saying that before?
I do.
So I think honestly it would be the same way in a situation. Like, I know I keep on saying this, but like the food there, you can really put whatever, because when it get down to it, you only gonna eat after you fuck.
That's the point, Anthony. What you want to eat after you fuck, nigga? That's what I'm asking. Why you keep thinking so serious about this? It is not that serious. I'm just trying to say, yo, man, you done got done at the orgy. A good time was had by all. What is they serving up? Is it some macaroni and cheese? Is it some fried turkey wings? What they putting out there, man?
That's still too much. Like, after like, I'm like, I'm done. I'm dipping. I did what I wanted to do.
You're the worst improv partner ever. This is a yes and situation. You is not yes and, my guy. You are not yes and.
I said sexy foods. I said charcuterie board. I said like fruit. I don't think a good. I don't know. I feel like
flambe shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a baked Alaska, some bananas farce. You know, a nigga don't even eat bananas, but I think it would look cool till it go. Light some bananas on. Bananas farce or creme brulee. Anything involving fire. Seems like that'd be dope to have at that kind of situation. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying it's my meal. Start the orgy.
You just said like I'm bad at yes and. Dude, if you just got finished fucking, you was not about to eat nothing with no flames with it. I
say it'd be fun to see. That is Also, I'm not eating no damn bananas farce because it's bananas.
Even
a baked Alaska I might fuck with, except that guy's racist, so I don't really want to associate the two. And but a creme brulee, I'm always down for.
Remember though, this also isn't like normal. My kids are in the other room sex. This is a wild ass party where everything's on the table. Like, you can fucking run wild and then go get a steak. The world is your oyster in this situation.
Man, I am eating.
I wouldn't like oysters.
I would be like really, really eating light. So I would just like want some sugar-free Red Bulls around so I could just fuck some more. I'm sorry. Not even like sugar-free Red Bulls. I like take like little 5-hour energies. Something I could, keep in the palm of my hand while I'm thrusting. Like I'm in this for speed and accuracy. Y'all, I'm not thinking about food at all.
Some pomegranates, you know what I'm saying? Already shelled, you know what I'm saying? Just a bowl full of like the pomegranate seeds. That'd be nice.
You could put it right in her belly button and lick it out. I'm thinking sexy the whole time.
And that's okay. That's okay.
What if I wanted to eat a hot dog between a woman's butt cheeks?
Why would you not want to do that?
That's what I'm saying. And Anthony's over here telling me my dreams aren't valid.
Your dreams are valid, but I don't want no woman smelling like no glizzy after I'm good, man. I want them to yes, like strawberries, grapes, yes. You smell like like the fifth inning at an Indians game. It ain't my fantasy.
Smelling like a sugar damn. Nobody wants that, baby. Nobody.
You smell like pork, beef, and chicken. No way, bro.
Okay. Second, as it's, and I feel like it relates to the first. My Instagram, I currently have the new Instagram. It is terrible. I hope they do not make me keep it. And if they ever give me the option to go back to the old Instagram, I will. But it's chock full of ads of all ilk and sorts. And so you'll be swiping like through stories, right? And you'll be like, who is this person? I don't, and it'll turn out it's an ad. And it's like, one of the ads that showed up today was a lady saying, I'm back taking calls again. I'm like, what? And I'm like, oh, that is what you meant. And this person is an escort.
What?
And I wonder, would you ever, I guess, take up the services of an escort, you think? Or do you got beef with it in any sort of way or whatever?
I don't have any.
Be like an on vacation kind of thing. Like I don't feel like doing that in the comfort of my own home.
Yeah, I can hear that.
I kind of feel like, I guess, quite like the orgy situation. I'm past that part of my life where I'm like, hey, you know what? Yeah, I'm past that part of my life. And
I would classify it as not actively looking to do it, but I wouldn't say no immediately.
And I think that's where I kind of land to. Is like I'm not on the stroll or nothing like that there, but on the whole stroll actually. If y'all remember Huts Point, nobody, some of y'all do.
Yeah, I remember the teacher.
But yeah, that's real. Something about that woman. Not conventionally attractive, but striking, like my man Ted Lasso said, but a striking woman, you know?
She looked like she from Cleveland.
I mean, who don't?
I remember like a year ago, there was this woman that I used to follow like off Instagram. And then found out she had an OnlyFans and whatnot, so I've seen pics and stuff. And then I came across her Twitter the one day. And it was probably because like my OnlyFans subscription had run out and I was trying to like free roll pics off of Google or something. Mm. But I came across her Instagram and it had like a link in it that I hadn't recognized before. I know I talked about this on the show once, but I think it's relevant here. So the link in her Twitter profile at the time was for her escort page. Mm. She was like on like their roster for like calls in like LA and Vegas or something. And I remember like looking at the page, and I don't have it saved or nothing. I wish I did for this because I would like to look at it and kind of like walk every way through it. But I remember going on the page, and there were people on there from Cleveland, like people you could like rent.
Oh, like local people.
Yeah, like there were local people on there. It wasn't just like the website wasn't just for Vegas or LA. It was for like everywhere, and then like there were Cleveland people popping up on like the homepage.
Yeah, it was Backpage, right?
I'd have to look. I don't remember.
I mean, I feel like Backpage been gone forever, right?
Yeah, like this was something that I was like, where did this exist?
Well, like I said, questions that popped up, and I wanted to discuss with y'all because I mean, y'all my dudes, and I can ask y'all these questions and not feel judged, and so that's what's up. And I almost just started spitting my flows earlier than I should have, but let me do that right now. And that begins with fuck that frail shit. Because when the coke come in, they got to use the scale that they weigh the whales with. Carlson's on the Jeep. Bugatti made the prototype. Hope you get the picture, but just can't photo life. Determined niggas make it, kicking down the door, and we burning niggas naked. The house cost $1 million. Sitting on the beach, and the only thing I know is if it's furnished, I'ma take it. My bathtub lipped up. My walls do a 360. We got the shit that the government got. Talking money, then you rubbing the spot. Real niggas say that they be wildin'. We on the Cayman Islands, on the yacht with our favorite albums. A bad hoe and a plate of salmon. Mind you, I don't say salmon, but Jadakiss did, so I want to pronounce it like he did. Smoking and drinking. Niggas, you thinking that our fate is violent? I love my niggas for the fact that he real, and nobody on the faculty squeal. What? And if you facing capital pun, pass me the gun. And I'm going to give you the time to run while I rapidly peel. We gon' make it. We gon' make it. We gon' make it. That is all off of Kiss the Game Goodbye, Jadakiss and Styles P rapping back and forth. I got both those people on that verse. I, for the longest time, was mad at that song because Razzcast had that beat first on his song Home Sweet Home. And he had said he had bought the beat from the Alchemist, and the Alchemist went behind his back and sold it to Jadakiss and them. But as it turns out, it probably was just a confused state. The Alchemist, basically let Raz hold on to it, and then Jada and Styles got on it, and the shit was just dope. I love that song now. Also, I love how that shit's just the fuck the frail shit. Because when my coat come in, they got to use the scale that they weigh the whales with. Over. And I love Razzcast shit. You know what I'm saying? It's the legendary street fame, the Alchemist, act up, baby. I love that song. But it's something real hardcore about my man Jada and Styles that I must respect. And we do. Hello, welcome to it. Stays Crunchy Milks, episode 455. And hell yes, a GM Big Block under the hood. I'm your host, Inner Taylor 713. Joined as always by my best friends. It's Tatum 216.
Buck.
And it's Lunchbox 2099.
Currently looking up escort pages.
Hey. Sex work is work.
For real. You know this? We are remote, which means I got a couple news stories for you. You know what I'm saying? We'll all tell some stories from our life. And that face, I'm gonna tell you right now, look what's that damn pro app they be using? Pretty up they mug.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, it's like it look filtered, is all I'm saying.
Well, I can tell you this, it's like the old internet tricks.
Oh yeah. So you did some. What's going on with the rest of that picture? Where the outline? What is the cutting the outline going? But
before you start, I know it's tons of things on OnlyFans. Like I completely forgot about that game. I know that game is filthy. Not filthy. Let me get another. That is going like gangbusters probably like that. It's like the girls you thought was cute in 5th grade, she probably got a page somewhere. No, not 5th grade because that's trifling. I shouldn't say that.
But I hear you. I understand you.
The cute lady in the that used to ring you up back in the day at Pick and Pay.
Oh my gosh! I wish I had the forethought to have saved that person's information. I could have been like I don't know what I could have did with it. Oh, you know what I did do though.
I recently thought about I know we had the conversation about how I know somebody who wouldn't do male waxing, but I was like, man, maybe before I die, maybe I should just get silky smooth one time, but probably won't do it.
Let me get to it. We do this. Also, you don't know the listener that you just had a large gap in this show, but
I felt it though.
It happened. This is from the good people at Scene. Madeline Finning wrote this. More Ohio men seek vasectomies as birth control becomes uncertain in a post-Roe nation. The urology group in Cincinnati says there has been 59.6% increase in vasectomies this month over those performed in July of 2021. Josh Rumble and his wife Megan planned on Josh getting a vasectomy after the birth of their first child. We discussed it even before our son was born, Rumble said. Here recently with stuff changing, it's like, okay, now's the time to do it. Things aren't looking good for how things could go from now into the future. Rommel of Perrysburg, which we just found out is near Toledo last week, is referring to the U.S. Supreme Court's June 24th overturn of Roe v. Wade, which has caused a wave of lawsuits outlawing abortion care across the country. Immediately after the court's decision, Ohio decreased the legal abortion access to 6 weeks gestation before many people even know they're pregnant. The Supreme Court decision, which was previewed in a leaked draft opinion in May, seemed to cause a spike in vasectomy appointments. In June, the Cincinnati-based urology group performed an 18.8% increase of vasectomy procedures over the month last year, according to the data provider. July scheduled vasectomies will be a 59.6% increase over those performed in July 2021, the medical provider says. Andrew from Independence, Kentucky, is part of the wave of vasectomy appointments being scheduled. His wife had a rough time during their last pregnancy, and she has had an intrauterine device, an IUD, a form of birth control, that he says carries an added risk for ectopic pregnancy. The Mayo Clinic says that becoming pregnant with an IUD in place can increase the chance of ectopic pregnancy. Okay, well, thank you. In an ectopic pregnancy, a fertilized egg lands outside the uterus and becomes life-threatening for the pregnant person, Cleveland Clinic says. I feel like I have to make the right choice for my family, says Andrew, who requested his last name be withheld. Even though Andrew finds that his vasectomy could be a safer option for his family planning, the IUD his wife currently uses may no longer be an option in the future. Like Andrew, Ramo is also thinking ahead. I went to law school, so I look at this as kind of see the reasoning as I can look at this and kind of see the reasoning for reversal of Roe v. Wade and see how it can impact other things, Ramos said. Certain forms of birth control are a possibility to not be around in the future. An Ohio lawmaker recently introduced a bill that broadly defines a fertilized egg as a person, raising questions about the future of certain forms of birth control that could prevent implantation of an embryo. Vasectomies typically are a quick procedure that allow the patient to stay awake and drive home after. In contrast, forms of sterilization for uteruses such as tubal ligation often are much more involved and require a longer healing period. Tubal ligation is also considered permanent. Any attempt at a reversal is considered major surgery, according to the Mayo Clinic. Vasectomies, on the other hand, have a greater chance of being reversed. With the right to full abortion care diminishing and the right to birth control coming into question since the fall of Roe, some urologists worry that patients may seek vasectomies hastily and attempt to reverse the procedure down the road. What we tell everyone is this should be considered a form of permanent sterilization, said Dr. Ryan Flynn with the urology group. I had a young guy who came into my practice and said, I'll just get my vasectomy now, and when I'm ready, I'll have the kids, I'll just get it reversed. And I tell him that's not the way to go. Flynn says a vasectomy, while technically reversible, is not designed to be temporary. A vasectomy is a medical procedure in which we remove part of the vas deferens, which is the tube that connects the testicles to the outside world. I've never heard it phrased that way. Flynn said, cutting out that segment and cauterizing, we make it difficult as possible for things to find their way back together, even with medical help. Dr. Shane Russell, who runs the Vasectomy Rehearsal Center of Ohio, which is crazy that we have these competing interests as the Burger King and McDonald's of vasectomy game, says reversals can be successful. If it's reversible in the majority of people, it is reversible in the majority of people successfully, but it's never guaranteed success, Russell said. It's still recommended that people consider it a permanent form of birth control. But 5 to 8% of people do change their mind historically. But the number might go up in the future when people have a different equation in their mind of waiting to get a vasectomy for their reasons for getting one. This really goes on way further than that. I just found it interesting motherfuckers out here like, fuck it.
Yeah, you said McDonald's. I think more of a Subway.
All them $5 footlongs getting vasectomies.
All that meat and all them ways. I find it kind of interesting. It's like that they're I don't know. I just kind of find it kind of weird how they're the level of concern they have for this procedure but not for others. I just feel like this is another men are trash statement.
Well, I've been reading about this in other situations, and it seems to be doctors are way cooler about doing this. Now, these particular doctors, they, of course, are being interviewed, so they got to put on, their best foot forward and so forth and be like, look, man, this don't work like you think it works. It's a little challenging. It's not as easily reversible as motherfuckers make it out to be. But, you know what I'm saying? So don't just don't come here, hop into the like, all right, cut my shit. And I think that's wise. You can't, because if you didn't do that, they'd be like, this motherfucker said everything was sweet. And it wasn't. So, you just gotta, you gotta cover your fucking bases in these situations.
Yeah.
Congrats to these dudes who are like, I see the writing on the wall and I got to do something about it. And so I cannot knock it. Let me save this story to the show notes so you, the listener, if you are so inclined, can read it if you want to read the rest of it. Because, like I said, that story kept going. Vasectomies on the increase, on the rise. We'll call it on the rise, and I'll just throw that link in there.
It's fun. Like our missing man knows all too well about the situation.
It has been a couple of times over the last couple of weeks. I'm like, man, I need you on this shit, and I'm salty you ain't present, but it's okay.
Yeah.
All right, that is say. All right, next story. This one is okay. It's not really funny, but I think it's kind of hilarious. Feel me? Go with that. Walk with me on this one. This is from Daily Beast via Yahoo News. Allison Quinn is the reporter. Russia says it's losing because Ukraine has experimental mutant troops created in secret biolabs. Nearly 5 months into its senseless war against Ukraine, Russia has concocted a wild new explanation for why the Kremlin's plans for a quick takeover fell apart so spectacularly. Because Ukrainian troops were turned into superhuman killing machines during secret experiments in American-run biolabs, of course. Never mind the myriad reports that Russian troops refusing to fight by the thousands, sabotaging their own shoddy equipment, or even deliberately wounding themselves. Wow, I didn't know about all that. To abandon the war, Russian lawmakers claim the real setbacks for Moscow was drugged up Ukrainian soldiers. That claim was made Monday by 2 Russian lawmakers heading up a commission to investigate biolaboratories in Ukraine. Kommersant reported, Kommersant. How to pronounce that? Sorry, I don't know. I'm not European. Konstantin Kosachev, the deputy speaker of Russia's Federation Council, and Irina Yarovaya, deputy chair of the State Duma, touted what they described as a bombshell finding from the investigation. Testing of Ukrainian POWs' blood, they claim, uncovered a range of diseases that suggest they were secretly experimented on for military purposes. And we see the cruelty and barbarity with which the military personnel of Ukraine behave. The crimes that committed against the civilian population, those monstrous crimes that they committed against prisoners of war, confirmed that this system for the control and creation of a cruel murder machine was implemented under the management of the United States.
That sounds like a really great rock and roll band name.
Yarovaya was quoted as telling reporters,
Murder machine.
And those performance-enhancing drugs that they are still given in order to completely neutralize the last traces of human consciousness and turn them into the most cruel and deadly monsters also confirms this, she claimed. Bizarrely, she also claimed that the presence of hepatitis A antibodies in Ukrainian prisoners' blood was proof of an American biolabs conspiracy, since a former health minister from Ukraine was a dual Ukrainian-American citizen who had worked to acquire drugs for the treatment of hepatitis in the country. It's quite possible that this was the test they were testing. This was about testing these drugs on military personnel, Yarovaya said. The claims appear to be a new take on the biolabs conspiracy theory that Russia Defense Ministry has routinely rolled out to justify the war. While the conspiracy theory dates all the way back to the Soviet Union, it has been amplified more frequently by the Kremlin's figures after the February 24th invasion, as Moscow's initial claims that it invaded Ukraine in order to denazify a country led by a Jewish president failed to gain much traction beyond its own domestic propaganda. The latest iteration appears to be aimed at explaining why Russia's military setbacks by way of mutant Ukrainian troops. Man, that shit was funny. I am sad that they motherfuckers are still having to fight this damn war, but it is wild to me that that's the answer they came up with. So that is a delight. Josh Hawley, who of course is the senator from I believe the state of Missouri, was out there on January 6th, standing out there with the people, you know what I'm saying, because he believed in what they were doing. But of course, they just, they've been having these hearings about this, the September 6th insurrection. and they have video of him running from the rioters, and it is cartoon character hilarious.
I would like to say Benny Hill music worthy.
Yeah, that is some.
Man, did you
Man,
when you were little? Did you ever think that one day you was just gonna see a boob one time on Benny Hill? It's like just one day. I swear it's gonna be an episode where I see one.
I was always hopeful. Benny Hill came on Channel 43 here, and I feel like it wasn't on every night, but it came when it came through. You was like, hell yeah, Benny Hill, because that's when you're gonna see ladies in lingerie. That's where I developed the appreciation for garter belts at, because Benny Hill always had the ladies in the garter belts. There was a British, I guess some people refer to them as lad rags, but it was called, what was it called? It might have been called Fortnite. Or it might have just come out fortnightly, which is like every 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all the ladies in there always had the lingerie pop and the garter belts and all the good stuff, man. There's a lot of things I can directly attribute to Benny Hill. Just in Europe in general, a lot of European shit. As I can definitely point to you and be like, yep, that's why T likes what he likes in this regard.
Yeah. Earlier today on my lunch break, I went to this store like in downtown Willoughby. Because like last week when we had a date night, we were also in downtown Willoughby, and the store had like some vintage T-shirts and beer signs and stuff like that. And I was like, I went to one of our local sandwich shops, Dave's Cosmic Subs, and then while I was there, I was like, I might as well go in this shop. And I seen they had like albums and stuff in the back, and while I was looking at the albums, I noticed like the last row had old Playboys in it, and then underneath all the albums were old Playboys and penthouses. I'm like, man, I'm old enough to look at these, but I didn't.
Yeah, now that I'm old enough to go into the back room with the curtain at the video store, they don't exist anymore.
It's still places out there because old man still gotta come, man.
It's a video store on 130th and Lorraine that every time you drive past it, they have a sign out there that says X amount of DVDs for $25 or some shit like that there.
Yeah, I mean, I know those places that like specialize in that, but I'm talking about like your local like corner
Like
video rental. Yeah, like a family video. Like
what I'm saying, no, I'm saying this is still a video rental shop. You can still go in there and rent yourself your DVDs. I mean, Redbox don't got a curtain.
I thought it was like an adult mart.
Nah, that's just a regular old video store. You can go in there and get you Tomorrow Never Dies. And
oh wait, I know the place you're talking about.
Oh yeah, right across the street from CVS.
Yeah. That's not the place I was thinking of. I was thinking the one around the corner from your place.
Oh, that is an adult bookshop, a bookseller.
Like, okay, so I know where was Pinky's at again, on 130th,
150th,
150th.
A little back from Brook Park.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember you used to be able to see it from the freeway.
Yeah,
we talked about that. We have an episode called Pinky's literally about that.
yeah, you could see it from the freeway because it was literally right next to the bridge.
Yeah,
man. Do you feel like in a couple years, T, that you will take your son to his first? No.
I don't think either one of us would be comfortable about that. You feel me?
I don't think that's an experience I would have ever wanted with my father.
Or what about an uncle?
If I was cool with him, maybe. But
You're not cool with your uncles?
Not all like that. Like one's kind of weird, the other one's kind of an asshole. The other one was an asshole. Okay.
Yeah, like I know I wouldn't go with like one of my uncles, but I know my brother went with there's pictures and everything of this night. my brother, I think my brother seen my uncle there, and they just was like, "Hey, I know you," and then they clicked up. I don't think they went together. They just happened to see each other there, and it was just like a spoke of night, where like my brother and it was like an after hour spot too. It wasn't even like a legal strip club, and they just happened to see each other there. And like my brother and my uncle took a picture of a lady. She was bent over, and they both had a hand on each cheek. It was pretty epic.
Then Carl Monday broke in.
And Carl Monday is I swear, man, like every time I seen him in the elevator, I was like, man, I should fight this nigga. Yeah. So I was thinking, so we talked about last week where I picked up the Sega and I had to find my Sega games. But one thing I also found was one of my best friends who moved to Vegas. He used to rap, and I found one of his mixtapes that he that. Not even really the mixtape, just like all the different songs on there before the mixtape came out, like his I guess like his master CD. And I was like, sent a message like, "You want me to send this to you?" He was like, "Yeah, yeah." And I was like, "Okay." I'm gonna mail it to him, and he hasn't lived in Cleveland in over 5 years. So Emery's 5. Like one of the last times I really, I've seen him a couple times after that was like at you remember Anthony's first birthday party at Chick-fil-A?
Yes.
That was like one of the last times we really got to see each other, other than like a bachelor party or something like that. So anywho, I was thinking of just not sending them that, but like some shit that that's familiar from around here. Like I was thinking about putting a couple bags of Dan D chips in the box, some Faygo. I wish we had some Dairyman shit, but I don't think they even make Dairyman no more.
I just saw a bottle of Dairyman's tea on the shelf the other day around the way from me, man. Just the brown tea,
Yeah, but they don't make the boxes no more though.
No, it's just a little plastic bottle.
So what else do you think I should pack in the box?
If I had to think about things from here, okay, let's look at the city of Cleveland and its things you can actually get away with sending. Popcorn from Campbell's.
Some dichotomy popcorn. They used to be like that.
So we definitely got that.
Speaking of popcorn, the lady my buddy's seeing was over here yesterday, and she brought caramel corn from Trader Joe's, but it was flavored with pineapple and chili. Okay. It was delightful. It tasted like Fruit Loops on popcorn with a little bit of heat.
You know what? You know what I'm tired of? And I'm going to say this right here and right now. I'm so tired of people calling Trader Joe's the basic bitch store. Fuck y'all.
Yeah. You've said this recently. I know. I have no idea who got you riled up about this, but you're good.
Trader Joe's is excellent. It's a great store. You can get inexpensive.
How far does this box have to go?
It's going to Vegas.
Vegas, okay. Man. The thing is, like, a lot of the stuff we have around here is, like,
highly perishable.
T-shirts and beer. And, that doesn't seem like a lot of good to, like, mail out.
Yeah, T-shirt. Like, I was thinking about, like, stopping at Homage and finding, one of the things I was thinking about, if they still have them, it's like one of the old Jogga Lake T-shirts. Because, like, he used to work there, and, like, we used to go there all the friggin' time because, like, the Rapid, like, we would, take the 48, and then the Rapid, and then there was a bus that took you all the way to Jogga Lake.
Man, like, I know listening on eBay that you could go on right now and buy 7 Smash Pennies for $130.
Yours or the other person's?
I plead the fifth.
Okay.
The name of the British magazine was Club International.
Okay.
I just had to figure that out. And I've been like digging through the internet right now this whole time and couldn't know club existed as a thing.
I do remember the name Club. That was the magazine with large chested women.
It does seem to be the vibe. Well, whatever.
Because I remember it was like Dixie Bubbles, Danny Ash. Man, I was a boob freak when I was a kid.
I have not thought about the name Danny Ash in years. Holy smokes, you just dragged me all the way back, man. Wowzers.
Never did a BG scene.
Do you think they have like Burtman's mustard out there in Vegas?
Well, that's the spicy one, the stadium mustard.
The stadium mustard, yeah.
They probably don't.
I don't like. First off, I don't know this dude, so I don't know what he likes and what he don't like. And
Well,
I'm just trying to think of stuff
but you've met him quite a few times.
Is this the guy that used to work at the shoe store?
No. Oh man, it's a porn site.
Oh shucks.
It was like he gave me the warning right away.
All right, so where were? Oh wait, is this the guy that we used to see when we go to Tomato?
No.
I'm trying to run through the mental Rolodex of people of your friends that I've met.
Speaking of that one, the guy we used to meet at Tomato, he asked to be on the show, but we'll talk about that after. It was like early. It was early in the days. He used to sometimes meet us in Susie Soups, and he wanted to stay long because we used to have to get back to work. But that was a long time ago. This was almost. This
I'm
was
being honest. I really don't think I remember this guy.
Yeah, it's okay, but yeah, I was thinking like maybe a Guardians hat or something like that because that's pretty new. Maybe a Guardians T-shirt, but he was the first person because before this I've only seen women eat or females eat salt and vinegar chips. He's the first guy I ever seen eat a salt and vinegar chip in my life.
Do you think he would like a baseball hat from the Cleveland All-Star game?
When was the All-Star game?
Like 2-3 years ago.
Oh,
yeah, the baseball one, not the basketball one.
Oh, okay. All right, so I went to a website and just looked up shit to Cleveland gifts, and in the realm of food that I think could be shipped, Mally's chocolate.
Okay.
They recommend things from the Old Brooklyn Cheese Co. Because everything's probably packaged in a way that you could ship that out.
They can get some dried glizzies.
Sweet Brie Co. Charcuterie Board.
Fucking food.
They do. Cleveland is food, T-shirts, and beer. It's all we do.
Great. Number 4, Great Lakes Brewing Company. So Campbell's number 5. We already went for that one. Perla Pierogies. Let's see.
You're gonna need to get some fucking dry ice.
Cleveland Candle Co. Make your own candle company, 150 cents, 150 cents, different scents that you can choose from. Whether you want to give someone a gift card or for an in-store candle making experience, or just go purchase an already made candle. So maybe something you get that smells of home.
Yeah, Mitchell's sells dry ice. So
yeah,
the one at Beechwood sells it.
The one in Rocky does too. So say if you're local and you need some dry ice, we got connects. Or here's a site that is literally called Cleveland in a Box.
I saw that. They're in the arcade.
Yep. I feel like they've been there forever.
Yeah.
I feel like we used to walk past them, right?
We did, and I was shocked when I went to Bill Burke months ago that they survived COVID.
They were right by those chairs, the top chairs that you can sit in and spin all around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, choose your boxes from $25 plus, $25 and up. Add your favorite local Cleveland items. So I mean, you kind of got that as an option as well. So ClevelandInABox.com.
Free plug.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. And if you buy some shit from them, you can be like, I heard about you on a local podcast called Stays Crunchy and Milks. Crunchy is spelled with a K. Let a motherfucker know. My gosh.
The second thing, I guess, is we wrapped that up pretty tight. Are you caught up on My Mama Told Me, T?
No, I have not been listening to that for quite a while. because I was just getting behind on all my podcasts. I had to cut back on a lot of podcasts.
Well, it was very interesting this week. Like they've added a co-host now.
Who is the co-host? I mean, I guess because Langston got shows and shit.
I mean, it was funny. Like they mentioned on the mini episode today. It was like his name is David Bory.
Okay.
He's the voice of Comedy Central. This week, excuse me, was a milestone for two reasons. One, they had their first non-African American or Afro Latino person on.
Okay.
Which was Namis Patel was the guest. But then they had
that nigga brown.
Yeah, he brown, but like I've heard him on two different podcasts, and they had to tell me he wasn't black because he got the soul. He got it.
Speaking criminal slang.
Yeah, he's a New Yorker, and like you couldn't tell. And but the conspiracy theory, and I know Lunch this would probably pique his interest, is that the Kanye West Taylor Swift incident was staged.
I've always believed that.
But and I understand. Yeah, it's but they broke it down. Like it was such an incredible episode. Like first thing,
say Kanye less. West, pull this up right now.
Yeah, Kanye West during the whole show was in the 11th row. Right before she won her award, he was moved to the first row. One thing I know they didn't mention, they both had worked for the same manager. I mean, their management company was the same. They didn't mention that on the show. I knew that beforehand. So, one, like I said, they moved him somehow from the 11th row to the first row. Then, on top of that, a couple weeks before, for the Europe MTV Awards, Kanye West went up on stage and pretty much did the same thing he did to Taylor Swift. So they already knew he might do the same thing.
He's a problematic guest.
Not a problematic, not a problematic if it's staged. Somebody who was willing to do a certain thing. Somebody who was already in his wheelhouse. He already know how to make peanut butter cookies. It ain't no problem. Ain't no problem. So they were saying he got moved from the 11th to the first row. Also, like after that incident happened, like Beyonce still won. Like I guess what would be considered like the main award of the night, where she brought Taylor Swift on stage. So like it had its comeuppance and all that at the end. And they also mentioned how like I guess before where Sacha Baron Cohen had flew in into the MTV, was it the movie or the music award?
Yeah, and he put his butt in Eminem's face, and all the D12 threatened to beat him up, and that turned out to be fake.
Yes. So they were saying like, don't nothing happen in those awards without nobody knowing. And like one of the things that what was also brought up, like that Langston and Namis Patel had written for them before for the MTV movie awards or the music awards. And it was like, yeah, it was probably all staged. And then they they talk about how like I guess some years before, Taylor Swift had when she was still doing country music, had recorded a video of her and her family waiting for the nominations to go up. And it was like it had to be staged because she sold she was the number one seller that year. Of course she's going to win some awards. Of course it was staged, but that's the meat of it. I think if you guys are listening to need a podcast to listen to, another free plug for tonight. My Mama Told Me is a great conspiracy theory podcast, and I enjoyed that episode a lot.
Mostly black conspiracies, which is fun because then you get shit because like they talk about like who came up with talking about Ciara was it Ciara?
Sierra.
Yeah, for some reason in amongst our people, people was like, she a hermaphrodite. And I don't even know if that was the turn of phrase one was supposed to use. Well,
But they use it.
that is a medical turn of phrase, but I don't know. I don't think that's what they meant. You feel me?
Yeah, and our previous guest Carl Tart had one of the best episodes ever. It was about about spaghetti and how you shouldn't eat it because a woman might put a root on you through eating the spaghetti. That was a very interesting episode.
Yeah. So.
Oh, and Roy Wood Jr.
What was his about?
It was about how I forgot what movie it was, but he was saying how Wesley Snipes had stole a part from Billy Blanks, and Billy Blanks was supposed to be in this movie.
Huh.
That was a really good episode too.
Well, there you go. Just saying a couple of free plugs today. Leaving in a box. My mama told me. Langston put up a real good post about
Jack Knight.
Jack Knight. So I mean, I'm saying.
Also, another good episode. It's very controversial, but the Jack Knight episode on there is really good too.
What was it about?
Okay, so let me see if I can explain this one without being like I said, it was very controversial. It was about how if not just weird dudes, single mothers raise homosexual guys. That was the conspiracy theory.
Okay. Well, yeah, I can understand why that would be controversial in its take. But hey, if you listen to Jack Knight's comedy, which I bumped into multiple times this week since his passing, kind of his vibe.
Yeah, like he was a funny guy. Rest in paradise. But it was interesting because Jack Knight does have that energy where he's willing to push those buttons, but Langston is like he was a school teacher before he was a comedian. So like he has a natural like inclination to teach and want to get things across the right way, even when somebody is being problematic. So it's a perfect balance.
Fuck with it. So there you go, man. Langston Kerman. Man, what did he do? He did everything on the jump off, right? Like that was just his show.
The jump. Well, I know he was. He wrote and produced.
Bust down, not jump off. Sorry, bust down.
Bust down. But that was more Chris Redd's thing. But he produced and I think he produced, wrote, and was and co-starred in it. But he produced on Sam J show on HBO Max too, and wrote as well.
Yeah,
it seemed like all of them in a circle all just help out each other.
It's actually been very fun to see that. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of people who used to be at BuzzFeed helping each other out and stuff like that there, and then these other groups who went to school together or did improv and shit together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Just
like everybody giving a hand out, man. You know what I'm saying? Pulling the next man up, and I fuck with that, man. So I gets down with that from the get. Box man.
Hi.
What's up with you? What's going on with you, man?
So I'll be honest, I didn't really remember we were doing this show until today, and so this
Hold
is
on.
what
Before you go any further than that, I would like to prepare you, the listener, for this understanding that this show that we've done for nearly 10 years on Thursday night for at least all of the pandemic. How, Sway?
I just didn't really think about what day of the week it was.
Fair enough.
And like, I haven't been doing a lot like the last few weeks. I'll be keeping a low profile.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this story. So about a week and a half ago, my mother texted me. I think it was like, I want to say last Sunday. Yeah, it was last Sunday. Not like 4 days ago Sunday, but like 11 days ago Sunday.
Yeah.
So I was on the couch watching TV on Sunday afternoon. My mom texted me asking me what my social security number was. And I was like, I better call to make sure that this person's actually my mother texting me and not someone who stole her phone trying to get my social security number. So I call, and I end up talking to my mom for like an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes or something, which is the first conversation I've had with my mom in a very long time.
Yeah, you had said that actually very recently on the show that you hadn't spoke with your mom in like you said, quite a while. So
yeah, so I was telling her about how I hadn't had a haircut now in 15 months, and so like my hair's the longest it's ever been, and talking about stuff that was going on with me, and about how like my buddy had moved back in and he'd been doing all this stuff around the house, so there's like all these like things getting done and things are changing and stuff. And I had asked them if they had any more of the stuff like that belongs to me in the attic over at their house, like if there's any more toys or anything, because I've been selling stuff on eBay and we've been clearing things up and whatnot. So they said that they think there might be some more comic books, and my mom wanted to visit. She said that she wanted they would bring that, and then they have my grandmother's ashes. I guess like she divvied them up, and so there's like I don't know, some sort of containment unit that has my grandmother's body in it. So my mom's like, "Oh, are you going to be home Saturday? We can come by and we can visit and see the house and see you and drop these things off." And I was like, "Yeah, I can be here." And then obviously, like my stepdad got on the phone, was trying to like hustle me for shit, and like he's like, "Oh, well, what are you going to give me if I bring this shit over?" And I'm like, "You can have the dryers that are in the basement that you've been telling me you wanted for the last 2 years." So they said they were going to come visit on Saturday. So like I want to say that last Thursday, my one buddy was over. He was picking something up and visiting the cats because they all lived together before they had to split up. And he came back the next day and helped my other buddy carry the 2 dryers up to the backyard so they would be outside.
yeah.
Then Saturday rolls around and like I don't hear from anybody. So around like 2:00, I text my mom and I'm like, "Hey, are you guys coming?" And then like almost an hour goes by and all I get back is, "No, not today." So I'm like, "All right, well, fuck you guys." And then in a act of pettiness, I took all the scrap metal and the dryers that I had said that I would give to them to scrap, and I allowed my buddy to call a scrapper guy that he has contact information for from the house he just moved out of. And that guy came yesterday, and he took all the scrap metal. So now if they come looking for some dryers, them bitches ain't here no more because they done pissed me off for the last time.
I find your relationship with your mother fascinating because I don't know, like, so if we go back just a few years, it seemed like you visited over there a little more regularly. I mean, I remember your stepfather coming to rescue us when your battery died in the Sable back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And it just seemed like a much I don't know, a much closer vibe, a much better vibe. And for whatever reason, they just
Well, she's got grandkids now. I've been replaced. You would like to think that that's not how this works, but it's the reality. Like when she was on the phone with me, she told me that they're buying a house, not for themselves to live in, but to rent to my brother and his girlfriend and the kids. Keep in mind, his girlfriend is the ex-girlfriend of our other brother. So yeah, the woman that my brother had a baby with, who just turned 3 like a couple weeks ago, is our
the baby, not the woman.
Yeah, is our other brother's ex-girlfriend from a few years back. So we're already dealing with a little bit of like a Jerry Springer situation here to begin with. But yes, my mother always wanted grandkids, and now that she's got them, they're all that matters. So I'm sure that I got replaced because they needed something or some shit, but like no one just has the fucking cojones to be like, "Oh, we can't make it for this reason." Just all I got back was, "No, not today." That was it. No call, no apology, no, "Oh, this came up. or no, hey, can we reschedule? Just no, not today.
So then we bounce to, again, how you have gotten, it seems so much closer with your pop in over the last few years, especially during this pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all have had a good vibe. He comes and kicks with you, or at least he'll tell you he's proud of you, which is, which we've discussed in the show, was like, that's big, because that's not the kind of dude he, you know what I'm saying, he was. And I bring it up not to try to whatever, but because my partner has been going through a similar kind of vibe. Over the last few years, her father was not cool to her. But over the last few years, they've gotten super close and tight, and so forth. And he's been real cool. He come through, and like if you came to my house, y'all ain't been to my house in a bit. It's like plants all over my porch right now that her pop brought through, and they potted and planted and hung out and did together. And he messages her all the time and stuff like that. When we were at her niece's graduation party a few weeks back, she was talking to her grandmother, her mom's mom, about this, and she was like, "What?" Her grandma was even taken aback, like, "How was this?" She was like, "What? You were the hated one? How all of a sudden?" And she's like, "I know, but we got a good vibe going on." And I wonder, because you're saying you have us the same age and so forth, and I don't know if that matters at all to this equation, but it's like I find it, like I said again, just fascinating how it is. It goes from I'm wild tight over here to now I'm like, I'm wild tight over here. And not just wild type, but they like your pop and your stepmom have been like looking out for you, coming over to watch Game of Thrones with you. So, stuff has been, happening.
See, I think that's where we get lost in the realm of timeline when it comes to podcasting.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones ended like 5 years ago. Like my family don't come over like you think. Like they came over.
What I'm saying is they had.
Like my stepmom and like one of my sisters came over to watch Game of Thrones. Like and only Game of Thrones. It wasn't like we were getting together every week for Parcheesi or some shit, And then, like I said, that shit ended for like 5 years ago. So it's like no one's been 5 years. House. Like yeah.
And I remember me and Lunch had a conversation, like, and forgive me if I was wrong. Lunch was mostly going over his mom's house to see his grandma and pick up packages. He wasn't going over there to really kick it. Because me and him had a conversation. I'm like, "Have you been over there?" He's like, "I don't got no packages going over there. I don't."
Yeah, like back in the day when that was all going on, like I was living in a duplex where like I didn't trust like people to not steal my shit.
Yeah.
And we didn't have a washing machine. So like I went over there out in all right, 3, whatever. But I went out of there like partly out of necessity because I had to wash clothes and get my mail, Yeah. So like that, and seeing my grandmother like back in the day, like when she was easier to talk to before she passed.
Yeah.
Like so, it was more like to check in and stuff, but like it's not like I went over there and had dinner all the time, or like we went like places together. Like I think like my relationship with my family is more glamorous in your head than it truly is.
Not necessarily glamorous, just like I said, we do regularly talk about your pop on this show, especially over, like I said, during the pandemic.
I mean, like lately, he's gotten better about checking in on me like once every month or two rather than once every 5 to 6 years. But like to say that like I haven't seen him since that funeral that I had to go to a couple months ago. Like I mean, part of that's my fault, part of that's their fault. Like shit's like gone on lately. Like I didn't know that like my buddy would be moving back in, and that's taken up some time with stuff, and I didn't anticipate work being kind of like put me down for a bit. That was that's been like, it's hard working when you're watching over your shoulder every second. Just worried about tomorrow, So that there's been that, but I mean, I can be better, but like I think like sometimes I feel like I get treated almost like I'm just supposed to be okay with people like bailing on me, and I'm kind of over it.
Yeah, I agree. I fully, and that's okay to come to terms with yourself and your relationship with your people. oftentimes we just feel like, oh well, they're my family. I guess I gotta deal with it. But I feel like that is factually inaccurate. You don't got to deal with nobody's shit if you are not willing to. And if it come to a point where you're like, y'all are more trouble than it's worth, then it's okay to admit that to yourself and just like, okay, there you go. I finally got rid of them. You finally got rid of them goddamn dryers that's been sitting in your basement for 2 goddamn years. Excellent.
That has been a plus, yes.
Yeah, they were saying that much more space has become available to you for storage or whatever needs you have. That's dope. So
it's currently where all the stuff that's listed on eBay is sitting.
Kind of, yeah, that makes perfect sense. If you're gonna get your shelf set up, maybe that could be your eBay or your sales situation. You know what I'm saying?
The shelf is set up. It's all on the shelves.
There you go. That's what's up. So
one of the things though that might be different the next time you guys come here, which who knows when that'll be.
Sooner because I got chips we got to try, and I got to get these damn Hot Wings chips. Soon.
Well, the couch down here, I'm thinking about changing things up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about taking the chase part and like one of the sections upstairs and making that the new living room couch, throwing out the one that's upstairs because it's like beat up. Parts of it are busted. Things on it are kind of like dented. So I'm thinking about like kind of making this area down here a little more compact and then taking the part out of it and make it go upstairs. So it'd be like 2 couches out of 1. Because, like, let's be honest, I'm not hosting shit over here like I was before, where like I felt like when I bought that, I thought I'd be having people over here more often.
Yeah,
and like I had people over here maybe like twice a year back then, and like if people come over, we'll just grab chairs or something. Like, the way the living room's set up upstairs now, I kind of want to chase upstairs because I want to use it when I'm watching TV up there. And then like just down here, it gets sat on maybe like 3 times a year when Anthony's here.
I feel like that's where Jack sits when we were over for Mania or Rumble. It always seems like that was Jack's seat.
but I haven't had Royal Rumble here in before COVID. So 3 years I haven't done Royal Rumble in 3 years. I haven't done WrestleMania in that same amount of time. So it's like I have this giant thing taking up this massive amount of space here in the basement, and like my buddy's been putting together the home gym the last couple of days, so like that's gonna take up that area over there in front of the bathroom. So for me, it just makes more sense to kind of open the area up a little bit, and then replace the broken piece of furniture upstairs with like better quality stuff. And get more use out of something that I paid so much money for a couple of years ago.
Yeah. So respect it. Here you go, man. It's I don't know, bro. It sucks that your mom did that to you, but I don't know. I look at the positive side of it, and that is you got rid of that bullshit that's been taking up space in your house this whole time. Your houses are right now on the good side of things being moved around, and you're doing right by yourself, and I fuck with that. I just like that. I like that about you. I like that that's happening for you, and I think that's a good thing, man. This job shit, man. Like I said, I've been at this place for a very long time. It is such a regular happenstance of this shit that it's like you're like, huh. So this is what happens. This is what it feels like when you just are sitting there on the edge of every goddamn day for months on end until something happens. So they be like, all right, we're gonna do something different. And I'm like, cool, thank you, because I needed something. So I'm hopeful that you will either something will change, and I doubt it because with the way interest rates are currently going, you don't need to know what I do at interest rates. Just know I know about them hoes. Shh. And I'm hopeful that if you don't go one way, you'll go another, but also get to stay within the fold. Because like I said, I'm getting moved to a whole new department. I guess technically I'm supposed to have a meeting about it tomorrow. So we'll see what next week brings me. And so that could be you too. In fact, it probably should be you too. But we'll see how that all plays itself out. Oh, bro, I don't want to go through this. I don't, but I must, and therefore I accept it. And hopefully I get overtime out of it because it's supposed to be so busy.
I hope so too.
Like if it's busy, then let's get this money, baby.
I was looking at my pay stub last week, and this year I've had $6 worth of overtime pay compared to last year where I had like $6,000 worth of overtime.
Yeah, man.
Trash power. I had like $30,000 worth of overtime last year.
Yeah, your ass was not playing.
and I'm like, yeah, it's this year's sucking. Like super.
Yeah, this weird feast of famine that we work within is just, I don't know. I don't know if any of that'll make the show. I might have to cut that out because I might have to cut that out. But we proceed anyway. I'm happy. I'm happy for the good that came out of this. I'm sorry that you had to go through the bad first, and I love you. That's just what it is. So there you go. We keep motherfucking moving. Nothing going wrong in my world that I can really bring you about. I know that seems weird, and that way T can never really complain. The listeners is like, "What's going on with T? T don't never tell no stories. T don't be having those stories. I run the show. I get in here. I had a bad dream that I didn't pull them out of assholes. You know how fucked up that is.
That's funny.
And then I was trying to pull them right then and there, and I couldn't. So you know what I'm saying?
What's another dream that you have on regularity?
I hadn't had that one in forever. I always end up dreaming about getting trapped somewhere and being unable to go to the restroom. Like I'm trying to go with somebody trying to get up and get too close to me. I'm like, bro, what is we doing here? Or I get to the bathroom and the bathroom's not working and so on and so on. That's literally just my brain trying to force me to get up out this bed and go pee. And so oftentimes it is like just that. It's like, oh yeah, I had to go pee. I'm glad I got my ass up, and I hope my brain and bladder can continue to work together closely, and I don't ever wet the bed. I knew a dude who wet the bed as a grown up. That's not a hot look. So regularly wet the bed. There's the difference making. Not a one time deal. That man regularly wet the bed, and I was like, wowzers. So may I not have to walk that bad.
I have a dream a lot about, especially when we were still in the office, about like going to work either like shirtless or like shirtless and bottomless, but still having on underwear. And like nobody, it's not like nobody noticed, but nobody never said anything about it. It was just like I'm walking around in my underwear. I don't know what that fucking means, but
oh shit. No, yeah. I oftentimes will have a dreamful night, and oftentimes my dreams is so action packed that I wake up more tired than I went to bed.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Be like, what the hell? I was fighting or running around or doing whatever, and it's like this. In my mind, I don't think I could ever kill somebody because in my dreams I can barely hit people. You feel me? Like I always hold it back in my dreams and so forth and so on. So I'm always like, I probably could never hurt nobody for real in real life, unless some shit went down that it came down to it, you know. So that's how my brain functions on that particular situation. Other than that, man, life is what life is. My mom wrote me today to tell me, unfortunately, my aunt's husband passed away. Good dude, man. I remember meeting him when she moved back to Tennessee after so many years of not living in Tennessee. And so, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Uncle Abe. Rest in paradise. He had been ill for some time, and then he had bounced back a bit. And I think he had had a kidney transplant, but you know, hey, it don't always work out like that. But so he passed away today. That stinks, but like I said, man, like it's interesting to be at the point where my mama was so many when I was little, where you know the aunts and uncles is going on the glory. You know what I'm saying? So. And now I am at that age, and it's like, oh yeah, that's what this feels like. Hey, that's how that kind of plays itself out. So that is I don't know, a uniquely interesting tea kind of thing. I am still out here exercising every day. I'm getting out there. I see right there, all my rings is closed, so I'm out there doing that still. So far, perfect for the month of July as well. You know, I did a perfect June. Gonna go for perfect July, perfect summer. You know what I'm saying? We out here. Goal being my goal, not necessarily to be skinny or anything like that. There, though my titties is getting smaller. Respect, dude, on that. You know what I'm saying? It's simply to lower my blood pressure. I've been on blood pressure medicine for a very, very long time, and blood pressure medicine sometimes has a habit of actually just fucking up shit. You know what I'm saying, and making you have heart attacks and so forth, just because the way it works with the body. And so I'd like to get my blood pressure low enough to not be on blood pressure medicine, or at least be on a considerably smaller dose of it. So I'm that's my my current goal and what I'm working on. The package Okay, so let me see if I can word this. My now second longest pre-order. Yeah, that makes sense, right? You understand what I'm saying? Arrived finally today. Literally 1 year and 1 month after I ordered it.
Oh wow.
Mind you, second longest. So there's one that's older, and now there's a new second in its place. And that is the Castlevania Anniversary Collection Physical Edition. I, of course, bought the Ultimate Edition from Limited Run Games when I had a lot of overtime and could afford to buy such bullshit. That ain't going down in 2022. But at least I bought myself a gift last year that arrived today, and it's really dope. It's a really good package. If you follow me on, or don't follow me, but care to go look, I did unbox it over on. I think my son just took it. I have the case right behind me. Unboxed it on TikTok. Ended up having to do 2 parts. It was like I ain't doing a part 3. I don't care what the time say. So it's you can see me unboxing it, and like if you follow me on IG, I put a couple pictures up, and I also something in my story today. And again, by the time you hear this, that story is long gone. But that was dope to get. My now longest pre-order was ordered in January of 2021 from the same company, Limited Run Games. They still owe me the Scott Pilgrim KO edition. And again, it has been 1 year and 7 months, and that one ain't came yet. And I just had words with them not so long ago about that, and they have not fixed the issue. That's why I talk shit about them on my IG post today. And I hope they see it. Anything going on in T's world else? I don't think so. So let us proceed and continue to rock the mic. by heading on over to Reddit, into the mean streets of the subreddit, Am I the Asshole? You get two this week. The first one is, am I the asshole because I want my wife to drink my tea less? Am I the asshole because I want my wife to drink my tea less?
Mm-hmm.
It's from Yog Moft. Wrote this 21 hours ago. So like any family, we drink more than just water. My wife buys Crystal Light to put in all her waters, buys those sugar-free carbonated ice drinks, currently has 2 Olipop sodas in the fridge and some ginger ale. I don't like carbonated drinks, so I really just stick to water and tea. We buy liter bottles of a few Japanese tea drinks, as well as, when I can find it, a milk tea drink that is a relatively rare find. This is my favorite treat drink. My wife has full reign of all the other drinks in the fridge, including my tea, but she gets very mad at me when I ask her to save the milk tea for me. Though I'm not really enforcing any kind of hard rule, and I always let her have a few sips when I get a glass if she doesn't have one as well. Today when I got home, I could see that she had a glass of it. She left it on the counter. And then just now she asked me to get her another glass of it. I said she's drinking more than I am, and she absolutely raked me over the coals for it, calling me selfish and a brat, and that she likes it too, and that I can't have it all to myself. I feel like she has all these drinks, and I really only have the teas and one that we can't stock with any kind of frequency that is my favorite soft drink. She has already drank about 2 or 3 times more of the tea in the carton than I have. Am I being unreasonable about this, or should she be more receptive to my requests?
This is tough. I'm leaning towards he's the asshole, but I could see both sides.
I cannot see both sides. He went out of his way to get it. He's told her, I mean, from what I think, he's told her before that these are my special drinks. Like, I know how it feels to like go out of your way to get like a certain drink. Like one certain drink. This is my thing. So, no, she's the asshole, in my opinion.
Bet you I can sway your mind real fast with this glow in the dark comment.
I can wholeheartedly say I don't care about no glow in the dark shit when I know how I feel like, hey, I got this one thing that I go out of my way to get. If you're not bonded too, then it ain't for you, boo.
Far Violinist 2296 responded and said, "Hey, wife in question here.
Oh,
The tea was a rare find for many years, but we have currently found a reliable source that we can go to at any time and restock. Out of the last 3 bottles, I had 4 8-ounce glasses of his precious damn tea. He is being a brat. Edit, I have drank more of this particular 1.5 liter bottle than he has a bit. That's because, 1, I was home today, suffering from atrocious morning sickness, and 2, he wasn't home, so tough titties. His very pregnant wife is drinking his tea. She can have all the goddamn tea she fucking wants. Every fucking sip. Fuck this dude. It's weird that he's wilding about this shit. It's weird as fuck that he is on it like this.
I'm sorry.
And I get it. You want to have your own little treats and whatever the fuck ever. This your pregnant wife, man. Let her drink the goddamn tea, you fucking weirdo.
Hide it from her. Fuck her.
Yeah, I'll agree.
Her being pregnant just brings me to back to his side.
Yeah, like
she doesn't get everything she wants.
Yeah,
that's the exact time they get everything they want, man.
I don't know. I know a lot of dudes that left a lot of pregnant women. So, I know for a fact they get mean as fuck, and I know that's not all their fault. And like they'll toss that shit your way afterwards, but they be mean as fuck, bro. Sorry.
So if you went up and down this post, 1, they've blocked it for comments, but all throughout it, the OP keeps arguing with people. And I think his wife gets in and tags it up a little bit. So people was like, oh yeah, you are certainly the asshole. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't even see she had another one. And laughed my ass off. I'm sorry, but this cracked me right up. Just stock him on the tea and be thankful this is the most Reddit-worthy problem you're having right now. Also, let the pregnant woman drink whatever the fuck she wants. Make your own life easier. And his wife responds, oh, we have a great relationship. He's just being petty and posting this here because he knows I follow this sub religiously. I was short with him earlier about it, and I do feel bad, but I'm very barfy. And he honestly had it coming because he's being crazy about this.
Like, I know for a fact, like around this time, just like T just stated, it is all about the woman at this point. Like, she's going through so many things, like, and all the attention is on her. So that's what makes this probably even worse for him. This is the one, he just said a bunch of times, this is the one thing he has at this point. He feels like he just got home from work, which maybe she's not even working. He get home, and the one thing he looking forward to is, 1, he clearly said that she requested a glass, and it was already a glass of it on the counter. She was being wasteful. 1. 2, you come home like looking forward to that shit all day long, and then it's like she want a glass and she got a glass on the counter and she want another glass. Like,
see, you say wasteful, and I know it, and you know it too, but you forget about it as pregnancy brain. That woman forgot that glass was on the counter. Forgot all about that damn glasses on the counter. That's why she asked for another one. Like I said, I just
leave her, bro.
I know it.
Leave her, bro. Leave her.
Y'all don't need to be together.
Yeah, they don't need to be together. Leave her.
And this one is, am I the asshole for telling my sister I'm sick of her hypothetical pregnancy?
2 pregnant ones.
Well, see, the first one we didn't know was pregnant until, after we read it. So, I mean, who knew? For the past year, my sister has been trying to get pregnant, a journey on which I fully support her. However, she's been kind of obnoxious about it. She's always bringing up how she might be pregnant. No wine for me, I might be pregnant. I can't keep the fast today, might be pregnant. I miss sushi, but I have to abstain because I might be pregnant. She's been pregnant and not pregnant for so long that I'm starting to worry she'll give birth to a cat. It's a good Schrodinger's cat joke right there. If you got that, you got that. Last night, I told her about an upcoming trip I have with my boyfriend and some friends. We're going river rafting, which I've never done before and was excited about. She jumped in with, I'd love to try that too, but I can't because I might be pregnant. I got annoyed because we were talking about me for once, and she found a way to make it about her hypothetical pregnancy again. And I said, well, no one invited you. She asked me what my problem was, and I said I'm sick of hearing about her hypothetical pregnancy. She said I was immature and left. I feel bad, but I also am so sick of hearing about Schrodinger's pregnancy. Am I the asshole? You might have been a butt by the way you came at her, but you're not the asshole for being sick of this shit. No, that's look, bro. Until you get there, don't fucking talk to nobody about it. Until you get there and are pregnant for long enough that you feel like it is safe to talk to somebody about it, don't talk about it. I might be. You might be a lot of things. So,
man. So now we got to give them everything they want when they are pregnant, and now we got to give them everything they want when they're not pregnant. Where the fuck does it end?
I am not saying that at all. I'm saying you can try to give them everything they want while they are pregnant, but when this person is trying to get pregnant, till you get pregnant, and again are pregnant and are far enough along that you might be able to share that information with the people you love, shut the fuck up. I don't need that shit. No one needs that shit. It's uncool. It's uncool. Trying to see if anybody yammed up on this one, but everybody seems to think, what's this person? I like to see what this person says because I can see something. Not the asshole. If she's actually trying to get pregnant, avoiding alcohol and sushi is a good idea, as she might in fact be pregnant. It is a bit weird to keep saying it though, but it's not hurting anyone. I get it's annoying though, so I wouldn't say you're an asshole either for snapping at her. And then the next one down says, well, if she's actually trying to get pregnant, she's surely having a pretty good idea about her cycle. So from the first day of her period until 3 weeks later, there's zero chance of causing any harm by eating or drinking anything, even if there is a fertilized egg. No harm is done until it's fully settled in. By then, you're able to do an early pregnancy test. So I call bullshit on this. I can't drink because of a probability. And then somebody comes in after that, because these are all great. These are in a row. This, and even if you happen to drink a bit or eat sushi, then it will likely do nothing horrible. There's so many healthy children whose mothers have drunk, smoked, or done drugs during pregnancy. Yes, you shouldn't, but you probably should not stop living while you're waiting for a baby as well. And then
This reminds me of the people who, like, you know when people make fun of people like, oh, you know how to spot a person who goes to the gym or a vegan? Because they'll tell you.
They will tell you.
How do you spot someone who's trying to get pregnant? Oh, they'll tell you.
Oh, my God. What's interesting about that is most of the time people don't tell you that. They keep that very close to their chest because
I'm just saying in this instance.
Oh, no doubt. I'm just saying it's like it's this person is weird to me in that regard because it's like this is not how we function normally. We out here fucking or going to see doctors who are, dropping them off at the door and so forth and so on. We ain't really out here doing the damn thing. It's interesting to me, I guess, or just weird to me, I guess, is a way to look at that.
The sister just pretty much saying, I'm fucking a lot, you not.
Well, she got a boyfriend. She might be fucking.
Not as much as her.
I mean, fucking is great, but when in a situation where you're trying to get pregnant, fucking, sometimes that becomes like, you ever see she's having a baby? 80s comedy. Yeah.
Kevin Bacon.
Yes, and what's her name?
Brunette lady.
Elizabeth Montgomery. No, that was the lady who played in Bewitched. Anyway, yeah, you know what I'm saying. I mean, give me some peace remembering Elizabeth Montgomery and Bewitched. That's a good deal, man.
It is a big deal. I'm just laughing at
Kevin Bacon.
Oh no, it's a podcast. I don't know.
Having a baby. Elizabeth McGovern. So I was close. I was wild close. From '88. So if you want to watch that, and apparently it's on HBO Max right now. So if you are so inclined, you can go enjoy the comedic work of Kevin Bacon, Elizabeth McGovern, in a very.
Do you think that they could do a good reboot of Three Men and a Baby?
Oh yeah, because then you bring in a more diverse cast of
Kevin Hart, The Rock, and who else?
I need a range of colors. Therefore, whenever this baby comes out as a range of colors,
yeah, but most of the remakes is just all black though.
That's true.
It'd be Kevin Hart, The Rock. Who else black?
Maybe this is something we should do from now on: is figure out a movie that we could try and reboot with a new cast.
Bruh,
Who
we can add that to the body of work going forward.
who is black and uncanceled right now?
Nick Cannon.
Nah, Nick Cannon ain't canceled. I mean, Nick Cannon's not canceled, but Nick Cannon ain't got the panache. We need somebody like maybe like the dude who played Lawrence on Insecure.
Oh yeah, I like that guy. Good actor, man. Whose
He
name
was
I just
just
can't.
he was just in Maverick,
Really? What did he play in Maverick?
the black dude.
Jay Ellis,
Yeah, Jay Ellis.
who apparently got married 3 days ago to Nina Sinkar in Tuscany.
Yeah, she's a French model. He married. Yeah, they've been together for a while.
Work the French models, my guy. Well, yeah. Okay, so we're it's Kevin Hart, it's The Rock, it's Jay Ellis.
Who's
3 men and a
the
baby.
female? Tiffany Haddish. No.
Nah.
Okay, so there we go. Scratch Jay Ellis. It's Tiffany Haddish, The Rock, and Kevin Hart. They all live together.
Okay.
And let's see. Who is the woman who got pregnant?
So it's not 3 men and a baby anymore. It's 2 dudes.
It's still 3 men and a baby.
You turned this from 3 men and a baby into 2 guys, a girl, and a pizza place.
I'm saying maybe I don't know. Maybe Tiffany Haddish transitioned in the movie.
Yeah, you can't do that with Tiffany Haddish. You probably should if you're gonna do that, you probably should find an already a trans actor to play that part. And
the lady the lady from Loop.
The fuck is Loop?
Loot.
What lady?
The one who runs the business for Maya Rudolph.
Oh, did not know that.
Yeah, they usually be on Pose.
MJ Rodriguez.
Yes, that's the casting.
It works. Plus, obviously, right now they got a good show going on, so they're popular. Yeah. Okay, fuck yeah. All the way up. I'm with that.
I wish they could have done it back like 15 years ago or so, and gotten like Cedric the Entertainer, Bernie Mac, and Steve Harvey to do it.
Oh, okay. So, what if they did do that? Still, Bernie Mac is the one who passed away. That she finds out, and that's when you find out he's the pappy, the one that passed away. So all these old guys get together, like through like a reunion, and this young girl come, or younger lady, because she's like in her 30s, and she's looking for, like, have you seen either blank 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 or blank blank? And then he like, yeah, I'm him, and then it's like, you know, they all like had this adventure before like they get tested, and I guess they finally found out at the end like the one that passed away was the dad. But you can still do it. That'd be a nice love letter to Bernie Mac.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
You can have all the kings of comedy like
D.L. Hughley was the fourth.
D.L. Hughley. Bernie, you have them all like, you know, Bernie Mac. Maybe they can even do that Tupac shit where they CG.
Yeah, a deal would be perfect for that with this cheating ass.
Well,
but they all live together.
We need this segment named. So if you listeners have an idea of what we need to call this, rebooting and recasting project that we're gonna start doing going forward.
Recast with a K.
Again, motherfucker. Yes, Anthony. I just asked the people to do that, not you.
Oh, sorry.
Of course, Anthony just killed all y'all because of that shit. That's perfect. I mean, come on. What am I gonna do? But you might have an idea that you feel works. So if you do, holler at your boys.
We'll still accept them. I just got there before y'all did. Y'all know y'all did the same thing.
Yeah, I feel like, I'll be honest, this idea came to me while you were talking, but I feel like this is great on so many levels because we get to reminisce about things from the past that we may or may not have enjoyed, and we get to spotlight new talent. And if we do sprinkle in diversity, we're highlighting underappreciated talent.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So, like I said, that's what we do. Again, I just told y'all last week, man. I'm saying it's something dope about highlighting motherfuckers that we fuck with on this show, which of course we just did earlier with Langston, Kerman, and My Mama Told Me, and Cleveland in the Box. So I just want to highlight motherfuckers, some new shit.
Yeah, like I can't speak it like that is like on Tuesdays. If I go shopping, that's what I'm putting on because I throw that on, and that is my day starter on every Tuesday morning. On My Mama Told Me.
Oh,
every
okay,
Tuesday.
okay, nice.
And then Thursdays before I put on Doughboys, I put on motherfucking mini episode.
Yeah, I think this idea might be a winner.
Do we have time for another one? It's so much fun. You pick a movie, Lunch, and then we'll see if we can do another casting.
Okay. Now, do we want it to be like 80s, 90s, something like that?
Yeah. Something from our childhood.
I mean, they be rebooting shit. Like, they rebooted Spider-Man, like, like right after. So, whatever. You do what you.
And what's crazy is the 2000s was 20 years ago now. So, it really don't matter.
Christ, I'm old.
Now, this isn't a movie that I particularly was big into back in the day, but I know it's like a cult classic for a lot of people. What if they were to update and reboot Hook?
Okay. Again, not my jam, and people really love them Robin Williams. So who knows? But
yeah, but I mean, they didn't stop them from casting Will Smith as Genie.
Yeah. Okay, so Will Smith, you just cast him.
You gonna be Peter Pan?
Now this one
smack the shit out of fucking Captain Hook.
Yeah. Okay, so
who'll be your Captain Hook in that situation?
As Captain Hook, maybe like a Sacha Baron, like a Sacha Baron Cohen for Hook.
It's too perfect, literally too perfect.
Yeah, that is. I could see that.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, that should just happen because it needs to happen. Yeah, all right.
For Peter Pan, I'm seeing a light skinned black guy. I'm trying to picture him in my head, I'm just so not hip to current actors' names and shit. I'm trying to think of someone that I've seen somewhere that I'm like.
Nah, you know who I put with Peter Pan? My man Echo from Grand Crew, bro. I'm gonna find you a picture of Echo. You be like, oh yeah, that guy. Just because he just got a
the guy with the fro.
Yeah. Echo Kellum.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to.
I feel like I got to come up with a list of movies. This is just too much fun.
Or you know what? I would if we gonna go younger, I would do the guy the little dude who played the younger Sterling K. Brown on This Is Us.
On This Is Us, nice. Sterling K. Brown would be a dope ass Captain Hook too, man.
I wouldn't mind that too much. Or Mahershala Ali.
Is Captain Hook?
Yeah,
I can see that
because he can do menacing.
Yeah. So I kind of fuck with that too. Who gonna play Tinkerbell? That was fucking Julia Roberts. So you know what I'm saying? Who is this age is Julia Roberts?
Oh, I will go either Megan Good or since she on the right, let's do Keke Palmer.
Okay.
I'm gonna see Keke Palmer tomorrow.
God, I want to see that movie. I think I'm gonna see that movie Sunday. So we will compare notes.
Isn't it funny? Jurassic Park's my favorite movie, but I still haven't bothered to see the new Jurassic Park. I love all the Marvel movies. Well, I love going and seeing the Marvel movies. Still haven't seen Thor, but this movie that I'm just kind of whatever. My buddy's dragging me along to go see it.
I saw Thor this past weekend. It was a very fun movie. I laughed a lot, and that's probably what a lot of comic movie fans' problem will be with that movie is way funny, and they probably go in there I'm trying to get my MCU on. I need the story to continue, and I'm like, sorry, buddy, this shit was just a good little fucking kind of almost like a bottle episode of a TV show. It's just it's very self-contained, it's very funny. You do get something at the end in your post credits. You know what I'm saying? That I was like, oh, that's a nice little sprinkle. So you of course you do get that, but other than that, man, Love and Thunder is a delight. So just a real funny, fun movie. I laughed so that movie had me cracking up. Taika Waititi is a fucking gifted ass director, and Chris Hemsworth, his comedic chops, bro, got to give it up to him, man. And it's like just as Chris Hemsworth has never looked hotter than he does in this new Thor. And they literally showed this man butt ass naked at one point, and you're like, God damn, bro, they built you, they chiseled you from fucking marble in this fucking for this go around, man. They really had him looking great. And I was like, okay, there you go, that's what's up. But all of that, and he's still funny as fuck. So it just is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Natalie Portman come through. Diesel is fucker too. Also, just a good time. So if you get a movie, you get a chance, you know what I'm saying? You want to go see your little Tuesday $5 joint, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, man. I'm not knocking it. I get it. People sometimes it's like, whatever, but I really had a good time with that, man. Me and Vanessa sat there just cracking the fuck up the whole time. It was so good. This is, man, you just young Randall?
Yeah. Yes.
Young Randall?
Well, that's who I would cast as a young Peter Pan.
Right on, right on. Well, as we are already walking this entertainment walk, I might as well just get there with you. I am all caught up. I'm current on For All Mankind. I love that show. They have made it to the planet Mars, and seeing that shit made me like think about The Martian, Andy Weir's book, and so I listened to The Martian this week. Ran right through that book, all of it. I love that book. Love that movie. But the book is it's not that the movie and book even differ that much. It really doesn't. Some casting choices. I said the one guy is definitely Indian in the book, and they made him Chiwetel Ejiofor in the movie. But you know, I get it. You know what I'm saying? So, but I really enjoyed that. I'm really enjoying For All Mankind, and that of course led me to go listen to The Martian, and so that was dope. The Rehearsal with Nathan. What's his name? Nathan Fielder.
Nathan Fielder, yeah,
is a new show on HBO. I didn't watch Nathan For You. I'm aware of Nathan For You. I'm hip to Nathan For You, but I never watched it. And y'all know who I am. If long-term listeners know that I'm super hyper empathetic, so I can't watch the Borats and or Jackass or things like that where people because I get secondhand embarrassment so hard that it makes me uncomfortable to watch it.
I figured out after watching this episode why you probably didn't get super uncomfortable.
All right. Well, I'm gonna tell you my version. You tell me yours.
Okay.
The premise of The Rehearsal is so damn good, in that that he's literally asking people to practice what they need to say to somebody in these meticulously recreated environments. So like they went in and 3D modeled this dude's apartment almost to the letter, except for a chair. And then Nathan himself interacted with an actor he had playing the guy he actually is going to go and help. Then they meticulously did the bar that this man wants to go to, and they practice him saying what he wants to say to this person over and over again. This is what happens if A then B, if C then D, over and over and over again. And it is wildly entertaining. Just that premise just works. And so like this is a real person, at least we believe it to be a real person, being assisted by this actor and comedian and so forth. And it ended up being just a fascinating show. And it took me way longer to watch it than the time. I had to stop for a little bit and then come back and finish it off. So don't get it twisted. It's not something I could make it through. I could make it through cleanly. I did have to be like, all right, it's too much. And when he walked in and had to tell people, hey man, my grandma had brain cancer, I literally just covered my ears and didn't listen. I don't even know what he said during that time. I could not fuck with it. I just covered my ears and la 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 until he sat down. I was like, okay, whatever happened there happened. And
The other guy said, I'm sorry for your loss. My grandmother had brain cancer too.
Oh no! What?
Yes.
I'm not even watching the show right now, and I'm feeling the embarrassment off of that shit. That's the saddest shit ever. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. Okay, why do you think I pushed through and watched this?
I think you could finish watching it because the most harsh parts are from the actors, not the real people. Because at the end, like the black actor be cussing them out and
Yeah.
the worst scenarios are played out by the actors and not the real people. I think that's where you could be like, oh, okay. I think that's where your brain can kind of jive with it because, when the actors are saying they are saying the worst parts, using the most filthy language and all that, but then when he was talking to his friend in real life, she didn't react in that way at all.
Yeah. What was that shit? Cheap chick in the city.
Yeah.
That shit made me laugh way more than it should have. Cheap chick in the city. Yes, cheap chick in the city. Cheap chick in the city? Yeah, cheap chick in the city. And they just had that back and forth. That dialogue, it sent me. It very much was very amusing. Like I said, if you suffer from secondhand embarrassment like I do, maybe give it a go. Like I said, it was fascinating. It was a fascinating watch, and I really was really happy with that. I've been playing Power Wash Simulator on the Xbox. It's exactly what you think it is. You're literally power washing things, a van, a house, a playground. And I've turned on a podcast, or in this case, The Martian, and just sit there washing the playground. And fucking great.
Dude,
It's on Game Pass.
There's this YouTube channel where they just power wash dirty old rugs.
Uh-huh.
And it's amazing. And then there's another channel I watched a couple times where a dude just goes around and cuts people's grass, but it's always like the most like outrageously overgrown yards and stuff, and he does it for free because he puts the YouTube videos up. Like I watched one a couple weeks ago where this lady's like the sidewalk was buried in grass to the point where she didn't even know that there was a sidewalk there.
I seen that very episode. It was fascinating.
Me and Ant was used to, I don't know if you still watch that dude, but it's the Japanese guy just with clean coins.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Again. And so imagine that bit of satisfaction in video game form, because like literally I'm just walking, power spraying, power washing. You can upgrade your equipment, get nicer shit, more powerful stuff, soaps. It's dumb. I know it's dumb, but like I said, you throwing a book, you throwing a podcast, just spraying away with you on the sticks, man. Got another victory royale in Fortnite. Felt real good about that one, man, because my son had just come downstairs when I was popping, and he's like, "No, don't!" And then like he was telling me to switch back to the shotgun, because like if you see the video of it, this is me with a machine just going like this. I'm like I said, it's just me moving with somebody off in the distance, and I pop. I get a couple. I break their armor, and then just as we both they come out from behind a tree and I come out from behind a bush, I had switched to the shotgun and just one knock, done. Got the crown, victory royale, Fortnite. I'm still out here doing my Fortnite. So that is me. I am with no joke super sad about the grand closing of Desus and Mero. The brand was so strong for so long, but sometimes, man, shit just don't work out, and it just is what it is. I'm very much gonna miss that show. I was never really a big listener to the podcast, but I very much enjoyed the show. I loved them on Vice. I loved them on Showtime, and I'm going to miss them. And I'm sad that it worked out like this, but hey, it is what it is, man. So R.I.P. Desus and Mero, the program, not them. They will live on and do just fine. So that's what's up. That's me. That's what I've been doing. Entertainment. Box. I saw you was on the Xbox earlier, and I was like, "Is Box playing something, or is he watching a movie, or did you just turn the Xbox on accidentally?"
I turned it on. I played one game of Call of Duty by myself, and then I watched YouTube and Twitch on it while I was waiting on the show to start.
Fair enough.
Show you almost forgot about?
Hey, you got there.
Hey, I showed up, didn't I?
Yeah, you always do, buddy.
Yeah.
What
Anything else you watched this week?
I don't think so. Like, I know I finished Miss Marvel.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. So yeah.
So since then, I don't think so. Like, I still have to watch Umbrella Academy. I still haven't finished Evil. Yeah, I mostly just watch YouTube and Twitch lately.
Yeah, I am mostly a YouTube guy, but then like so of course Give Me the Morning is on a summer schedule. It just fucks me all up. It just ruins me because I'm used to having them every day, and now I'm only having them three times a week. I'm like, this is bullshit. So then I have to.
Around on them.
What's up?
So I'm glad you came back around.
I don't know. Yeah, that's my guys, man. I've been watching them forever. So, and every now and again, I'll go watch an Ear Business episode, to help scratch the itch. They had Stevie on the episode last week because Rhett got COVID, and I truly love me some Stevie. It's
Link
I
got
do.
COVID.
Yeah, I said Rhett. I'm sorry. Yeah, Link got COVID, and so Stevie came on and hosted the episode, and I'm like, this should happen more often because she's great.
Yeah, one of the things like that took them down a notch for me is when they canceled her show.
Yeah,
I fuck with them a lot less after that.
That talk show thing that they did on like Saturdays or whatever.
Yeah.
But I have no idea. Like, she's the producer in that place, so I have no idea if
she doesn't do a podcast with her friend now.
Yeah, and like I said, I have no idea if they canceled it or she canceled it because that's where she is at in that company. You know what I'm saying? She's like third in charge.
Well, from like that episode where they talked about it, she seemed bummed out about it.
Yeah,
they didn't. So I don't know.
I mean, let's be honest.
It gave me a vibe.
That show kind of sucked.
Oh no, I like that show. I like Stevie's show a lot.
I liked it. I liked it more than the regular show because the show was you got to see the whole week of the show, like with them talking through it with her hosting it.
Yeah,
and she's like so
it's basically like, it's like the HBO behind the scenes they do after the episodes, kind of like with everything concentrated in one show plus a little extra. You know what I'm saying? I like that show. I like what it did, and I like it again. Having her host I was like, yeah, this is it feels good, and she's good at what she does. You know what I'm saying? And she's a redhead, and we know how I feel about that.
I guess I just didn't enjoy it that much. Like, it felt like they were trying to make a show, but they weren't sure what they wanted it to be, so they were just trying shit, and it never felt cohesive to me. But hey, maybe what do I know?
Yeah,
you know some stuff.
I feel like
thing or two about a thing or two.
Like Mythical Kitchen, like some Mythical Kitchen episodes, I'm like, oh man, this is fucking awesome. I love this. And then some of them, I'm just like, God damn, why did I sit through this?
Yeah, I think I'm on that train with you. I think Josh is gross for the most part.
Oddly enough, he bothers me. I love what's her name, Viv.
Yeah, I like everybody except Josh.
Except for Josh, who oddly runs the kitchen. Yeah, so weird.
I feel like Josh is funny sometimes, but he's like, he tries too hard to be funny every moment, and then like, you're like, I guess like someone like who cooks a lot would be kind of grossed out by some of the like unprofessional cooking shit that he does.
Yeah.
So like, I get where you're coming from with that. Yeah.
The one time,
he ain't allowed to cook at Anthony's Orgy. It's not.
I mean, I'm only giving out Tic Tacs and mouthwash and out Orgy. So, but
am I going to call this week's episode Anthony's Orgy? Probably.
Anthony's Tic Tac and Listerine Orgy. So, the one time, he had that comedian. They were doing the last meal, and he had the one comedian on. The depressed lady, gosh, I forgot. I'll think of her name in a second. But they started talking about his relationship with his mom. Did you see this on Lunch?
I don't think so.
So, his mother and him were estranged for years, and then she committed suicide.
Oh shit!
And like for like a minute and a half, he dropped all that shit. Like his face even fucking changed. It was just like, my mother, like him and his mother had a bad relationship. I think his dad had already passed away. His
I
mother
think his
had passed.
grandmother raised him.
Yeah, and he was saying like how he really didn't have a feeling about it, and it was just like, whoa. No
The
wonder this
artifice
dude
went
is always,
away, and you got to see some Josh.
it was like no wonder this dude is always fucking joking and always like acts the way he does. Like this dude is hiding some serious fucking pain.
Yeah, fair enough. All right,
But
hey.
that shit still ain't for me. That comedy just ain't for me still.
I don't like Trevor very much either, so that's just me.
Yeah, he's. But like I said, I think I understand him. He's like a Christian dude who's like pretty much like out on his own for the first time. He scored the job of a lifetime, and
Yeah.
that dude like a young fucking awkward dude.
Fair enough. I didn't know that, so thank you for that little insight into that. You know what I'm saying? Daniel Kaluuya on Hot Ones was just great. I mean, how could it not be? He's a great actor, but also he had a good time, and he had a good time with Sean, and so I very much enjoyed that episode of Hot Ones.
I haven't
And then they
watched
got
it
Bear.
yet, but I was about to say, they had Bear Grylls on today, and I saw that episode was already at like 1.2 million views like a couple hours ago.
Nice.
The show ain't been moving like that lately.
I don't understand. Like, wouldn't Bear like a big deal a few years ago? Is he back in the
That's
public
why I
eye?
was surprised. Like, I'm not saying like I'm back in Bear Grylls. I'm just saying like lately, like some of the guests, like I'll see like the show pop up like a day or two later in my recommended, and it'll be at like 600,000 views, 800,000 views, shit like that. So when I saw 1.2 on the first day, I haven't seen 1.2 on anybody in a while on there.
Yeah, I wasn't saying that. I was totally like flabbergasted. I'm like, what is this nigga? What is he doing on this show? Like, this season, the last couple seasons has been like hitter, and then it was just like, I mean,
Bear Grylls is currently at 1.6. Daniel Kaluuya is 1.8. Gabriel Iglesias 2.2. Tessa Thompson 1.7. Andrew Callaghan, who I don't even know who he is, 2.9. So
that dude, that young reporter dude, that shit was fucking excellent.
Well, like I said, 2.9, and Khloe Kardashian 3.4 million as for some of the latest ones.
Was the Gabriel Iglesias one new? Because they dropped that shit on like a Monday.
Yeah.
It was an advertising one where they were advertising the goddamn Pringles that I need to find. So it was an advertising one. Yeah. So that was basically they were hustling the chips and talking about some stuff, and that's why I found out Fluffy has the largest collection of VW buses.
Yeah,
Millie Bobby Brown. 18 million views. So sometimes motherfuckers is on a whole different echelon.
What's crazy is like that one dude that got to 2.9. Like Sean is such a fucking great interviewer. And this dude, like, he was clearly a fan of the show.
I had no idea who that dude was going into that, and he actually made me interested in what he was doing.
Interesting as hell. That was a good ass episode. This dude was interesting and was just like both elbows on the table, in there, ready to talk about whatever. That was a good one.
All right, I'm definitely will have to get that a watch, and this Bear Grylls one. So I never even watched that. You know, I love me some Khloe Kardashian. I just never watched it.
That one was a good one. That one was it was okay. When they be like 22 minutes, you know it's not going to be a great one.
20 minutes 34 seconds is the length of that one. Yeah. So there you go.
It felt every bit as short as it was.
Yeah, the Andrew guy 24 minutes. Tessa Thompson 22-28. Fluffy 23-29. Daniel Kaluuya 24-23. Bear Grylls 24-21. So that 24-minute mark, which is basically a TV half hour if it had commercials. That's where that's your sweet spot. So that's what's going on. Hey, you been watching anything, playing anything, reading anything?
I've been back on Discovery Plus. I've been watching Good Bump. Oh, the first thing I've been watching this week it was the it was a shit. It was the a show on Discovery Plus about these I think it's called the Big Burger. Should have wrote this down. I need to write this shit down. Like so anyway, it's a burger show. These it's two guys and a lady. They make burgers and they went like in their food truck all around these different locations, and like they'll have like a cook off between two teams. I finished that in like pretty much one day.
Burger Truck Brawl.
There we go, Burger Truck Brawl. It was pretty good. I like shit like that I really don't gotta pay attention to. I can just ear hustle to. Then I was like, I'm already on Discovery Plus, so I've been watching Good Bones. It's a redhead. I remember when we used to go to. I thought about this. We used to watch it sometimes. We used to be at lunch at the Landmark.
Okay.
And you was like that. The mother, I guess, had like a tank top on or something one time. You was seeing all her tattoos. You was like, yeah, I'm liking the mama.
You said Good Bones?
Yeah, Good Bones on HGTV.
HGTV.
The mother Karen, she got you can tell she has like a whole back tattoo, but you know, she hides it.
Karen Lane. Okay. Word up. 59 years old.
It was like I think I might be on the current season, but I've been watching a lot of that. Then I watched the show me and T was talking about earlier with Nathan Fielder. Oh, and I started over the Outsider on HBO Max since I've been listening to the book again.
Okay.
And now I can pay like better attention to it. Like I like going back and forth. Like most of the time when I'm like bored or like I need something to listen to while I'm washing dishes or cutting the grass or some shit, I'll go back to like some old Stephen King books because depending on who reading them, that should be flames and like.
That's exactly what it's been with me lately. I just been like I said, that's how I end up going back and listening to High Fidelity and now just the Martian, and like I'm like I've been doing more comfort listens lately as opposed to going to try to find some new shit.
Yeah, I went to like while my mom had the kids, I went to Half Price Books to find me a book to read, and it was just like. The way they had the books laid out on the shelf was fucking confusing. I was just like, you go this way, it's the B's. You go this way, it's the W's. I'm like, what is this shit?
There's a secondhand bookshop here in my city that opened up. I actually, you know what? When I went to it, he actually said he had been there for a couple of years, but he just basically had recently put up an actual awning and signage because he finally felt like he had been here long enough and he didn't feel like he's about to go under anytime soon. And so it's nice, man. You got some interesting stuff there. I wonder if you would enjoy what he got popping down there.
Your town still got Campbell's?
No, that Campbell's closed forever ago. And it's about to become a pizza shop.
Oh, with two guys and a girl. Yeah, like I love it. I was about to say since I'm probably going to do a Campbell's trip and the boys are out of school, maybe I'll just come to your burg and go to that Campbell's, but I've been wanting to take the boys to the West Side Market. So yeah, back to the non-scatterbrain part of the show. Yeah, I've been listening to The Outsider, so I've been watching the show again, and like I'm on the third episode or something like that. But I've been listening to the book at night. Like I got some headphones, and with the Libby app, you can set like, oh, I'm gonna listen to it for half an hour, and it shuts off automatically. So. Mm-hmm. It's been pretty good.
That's what's up, man. Where you go?
I might add the Martian to my Libby. See if I can get that on Libby now.
It's an Audible exclusive, but you come down to it, man. You don't worry about it. We'll get you right. We'll get you right. So worry not. You can get it in Spanish on Libby. Oddly enough. But you know what it is. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show wherever possible. What that means is I would like you to go to Spotify if you listen on Spotify and click the little star button. If you listen on Apple Podcasts, I'd like you to go give me 5 stars and consider writing a review that makes other people want to come listen to our show. Main thing I want you to do, the main thing I want you to take out of there, subscribe, rate, review, subscribe, and share, is the share portion of the program. You telling somebody that what we do is some hot shit will get somebody else listening to our show, and they will go and share that shit with somebody else too, and they spread the good word of SKiM, and that is nothing but us helping spread the good word of things we like as well, because that's just how it works. You know what I'm saying? It's pyramid scheme. Get in on this.
The pyramid scheme.
Pyramid SKiM would also be probably a dope show title, so let's put that as a alt title. Pyramid SKiM. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels and YouTube channel and our Twitter, our IG, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Links are always in the show notes, so you can get right to them. If you want to support the show financially, got a few bucks tossed away, consider joining us over on Patreon. Members at the $5 and above tier get extra content each month and early access to new shows. You also have merch available over tpublic.com/user/dayscrunchy, all one word. I mean, as I say this to you, there's currently a 35% off sale going over at TeePublic. But those sales pop up more often than not, and so just keep a good lookout. A lookout, and oftentimes they're saying you can get our gear for a player price, and so consider doing that. Feel free to give us a call at 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311. We'd certainly love to hear from you. And just in case you don't know it exists, we got an email address. It's podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk, and we got one of those this week. So how about we read an email? This person never told us if we are okay to say their name, but what he did was copy the link, send us an Emma the Asshole and said, I saw this Emma the Asshole and thought it was weird enough to possibly read on your show. I think you're the asshole, but I do agree with the glowy reply too. I'm curious what your take is. Well, had I read this email before now, I try to not read shit or listen to shit without the fellas. I try to do it as a group. We would have been did this. So now I got to go see what this is. Oh, this got deleted.
Oh.
But what the Am I the Asshole was, am I the asshole for pretending to go missing? And I'm going to scroll down a little bit. Sometimes, they'll put the...
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
No, they don't even have that one in here, but the glow-in-the-dark comment that he speaks of, actually there's a couple of glow-in-the-dark comments, but I'm going to assume this one at the top here is, no judgment, only because you are seriously mentally ill. Please, please, please seek a psychiatric care ASAP. So whatever's going on there, people thought was serious enough to be like, my guy. Here, there's one more glow-in-the-dark comment that says, first time I really thought the Am I the Asshole sub needs a GSH, get some help judgment. OP, please at least talk to a psychologist as soon as possible. You need someone distant from this whole thing, but with an actual ability to help you. So I'm sorry, guy, that I did not read that email sooner. Like I said, I try to save emails for all of us, and had I read that sooner, I might have been able to have pulled that. Thanks for writing to us. Thanks for sharing that with us. That's always dope. I think we've gone through everything. Yes, quite. I'm going to remind you, try to give us a title for that recast segment that it is currently just recast with a K. You can probably do better, but maybe not. But if you can, holler at us, and I'd certainly love to hear your takes on the matter. Podcast at Stay Crunchy and Milk is where you can send that, or SKiMPod on Twitter, SKIMPOD. That's Tatum 216.
Good night.
Slushbox 2099.
Nailed it.
Our missing man is the real ODP, though he is still off of Twitter. If you sent him shit, then one day he'll go back to Twitter and he'll be full of like, oh, cool. People miss me when I was gone. And don't you want that? Don't you want to be missed sometimes? I think so. I am the Internet Saver 713. You've just been podcast 2 and I know you loved it. We'll catch you next time. Peace.
What happened to you? You used to be beautiful.